Hi, good evening, um, my brothers, my sisters. I just I did a video this evening, and after that, I had people call. Well, the messages I received or questions I've had people asking. I thought let me do a follow up. I know it's late, but it's better that I do it. Tomorrow is another day. Um, I just want to check something before we start. Let me check something. I just want to know where I am. I like live videos because um, I'm not very good at planning things before. So listen, there has been a lot of refugees in the country. So that has created a surge of doubt or questioning within our people, those who wants to visit the country. People wants to come and visit Canada. This time is the time for visitors visa. Canada is issuing a lot of visitors visa, either student or visitors. Canada is issuing it. And where are they coming from? Ghana, Nigeria, all sorts of places. I'm focusing on my people because, of course, these are the people that watches my video. There has been a couple of refugees hanging around downtown, and it's on the news. There are no places for them. Even in our own circle, a lot of people are having difficulties finding accommodation, meaning rent. Not because there are no rents, but because a lot of people choose to rent instead of buying. Because of there are people within the transition of buying, because they sold their houses during when the market was good, and then boom, the market actually switched. In terms of the tax, the inflation has caused a lot of people to rent now. So Toronto is having a crisis, accommodation crisis. But Toronto is not the only place. In fact, Ontario is not the only place you can stay. So I like to focus on that. And for those of you who are confused, hearing the news, oh, a lot of people are coming to Canada, so there are no jobs in Canada. Canada is huge. The country is big. So it's not only Canada, Ontario. Don't think, oh, I have to go to Ontario, I have to go to Toronto, I have to go to Montreal. They work with numbers. So let's talk about what is going on, okay? Because back in the days, many people came without knowing who they are coming to, but then they came. But because the system was not flooded at that time, the system helped them. Today, even the citizens are having difficulties getting a place to stay. So before you leave your place of departure, before you depart, make sure you know somebody. Make sure you know somebody. Please make all attempt to connect with someone who know. Money is good to be saved. Money, if you have money, you're coming, it is okay. Save your money, but try to find someone you know in the country. Call someone you know who knows someone who knows someone. Because today is not before when you can, as a visitor, you get stranded. How does a visitor even get stranded? Because your checking out point would ask you how much money and where you are going. Many a times, the people who gives you their number, and you're trying to save money on your accommodation, so you like to lodge with friends, those people may let you down. Yes, those people may let you down, but keep the numbers, because I see people, they're calling those people from the airport And those people are not answering their phones. Many people are stranded that way. Okay? But nevertheless, this country is still good. Better than, obviously, there's a reason why you want to come and visit. If you have your money, get yourself a hotel. But how much can your money be stretched? Okay. Let's say you're a student. Like I said, Toronto is expensive. Let's talk about the places you can stay. You know, Canada has 10 provinces with 3 different territories. So it makes it 13. The territories are, totally different. I would say the foundation or the environment is different. But out of those 10 provinces, Nova Scotia is one of them. You can stay. It is not choked like Ontario. Okay? Ontario is expensive. So if you're coming and you are in the country as a visitor, yes, there are processes. If you find the country somewhere you can stay, there are processes for you to change your visitor's visa into work permit. And hopefully you get to move into PR, permanent residence. But let's take it one thing at a time. First, you like to know, where can you go? Nova Scotia, again, is one of the countries with very relaxed, low cost of living. Nova Scotia has a low crime rate as well, okay? It's not like Ontario, where there are a lot of people. Obviously, the center of attraction, there's a lot of different culture and it has a lot of different things. And Nova Scotia, like Alberta, Halifax, it's more of a fishing area, fishing and farming. If you have your own business, it is a good thing for you, okay? It also has outdoor facilities, are there to make, it's very cold there. But then they have the facility. Listen, don't let anybody tell you, oh, this place is too cold. Quebec or Montreal is too cold. The north side is too cold. Canada always has the facilities and the, I would say, they've made provisions to manage those cold. It is still better than hunger, okay? You have a job, you can do your own thing, you can buy whatever boots you have to buy. It makes it, listen, things are there to make your life easy. So don't be shy from exploring the other provinces. Because right now, Toronto is housing a couple of refugees. Private churches are housing refugees, not the government. Remember, you're a black person. Let me tell you the truth. Remember, you're a black person, okay? If you're Ghanaian, the community is not that helpful, and I will tell you the fact. So other organizations are helping those people, those refugees who were seen hanging out outside Toronto because the country is choked. Shelters are choked. I've called a couple shelters for some people who needed help, and the shelters are packed. So there are a couple of places in Canada you can stay. You don't have to come to Toronto. You don't have to go to Montreal. Is a little bit better. They try to manage because of the language. Not too many people are thinking about that. But if you're willing to learn, if you want to, learn a new language, Montreal, Quebec is one of the countries you can also go. You can also go to Alberta. You're an African, okay? If you're an African, you're coming from a farming environment. I don't know why people pack themselves in a big city, shine. All these technology. You are not the technology. You are not an IT. We didn't engage ourselves or get our educational system to be mastering the technology environment, or I would say the market. So, you're an African. Why don't you go to Alberta? It's a farming culture. Like, you can grow your own food. You can get a job in a farm in a very different, and also they are the oil reserve area where people go and camp. They are camping job in Alberta, okay? In Alberta, outgoing, also, outdoor, generally, it is known to be a very, the outdoor facilities are there. During the summertime, it's pretty. Alberta is pretty, okay? And then Calgary is a mining environment. You will get a job, okay? Also, I saw them sleeping on a street. I am afraid to come. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know why you're afraid to come. Get to know someone who knows somebody. Those people came as a refugee from all places in Africa. Don't be afraid of going to a different provinces. The other provinces are small. So the government facilities are not as choked as Ontario. So you can get on the next plane and go to Calgary, go to Alberta, go to Halifax or somewhere. There are fishermen, okay? You can get a job there. Get to know the communities there. Where the African community is smaller, they tend to help other people. So yes, or Quebec. Quebec has more European feel, okay, the look, but it's a French country. Are you willing to learn? Listen, take your time. Where are you rushing to? Take your time. Let someone take care of you. Let the system take care. Learn the system before you settle yourself in a place, okay? If you can, once you are able to change your status, then it means you can stay, at least you have a temporary accommodation. They're accommodating you until you settle into a specific province. So all I'm saying is that you may be hearing things, but Canada still has plenty. If they are telling you, oh, things are hard, tell them I want to also come for the hard. What is harder than Africa? Unless you're an MP or one of those ministers that steals money, where they are one room is a bank, it's a banking area. You understand? Where house girls are now stealing millions. House girls can get their hands on millions of dollars and euros. So my brothers, my sister, because right now, up until 2026 January, the visitors visa, Canada is going to revamp that. Right now, they are just giving everybody, come. But there's a time limit on it. So today, if you have an opportunity to come and visit, come and see you. They say travel and see. So don't be shy to go to the next province. Don't be shy to get yourself cozy up. If you're a nurse, let's say you are coming with some profession. What are you afraid of to go up to the north and have a better life there, where they pay like $50, $70 per hour? They are begging nurses to come to, even where the cold, people are going there a couple months and then they come back to where it is a bit settled in terms of the weather. But there are so many things to accommodate the cold. So what is the problem? Even in Africa, you are hot as whatever. You can't even, the environment is not a place where future is seen. Remember, we are royals in Africa, so nobody wants to touch anything. We are still waiting for refugees to come to Africa to work for us. But we don't have the means to make those people settle in our country so they can work, so we can be the royal. So come to another royal people, the country that has royals, that you want to work for the royal. You want to work for a royal because you don't have a refugee. So come. You have to come. If you have the means to come, come. But don't be afraid. One thing that I will tell you, let's say a lot of people are getting, U.S. Embassy is doing a lot of conferences and other fairs for student visa. Don't be trapped. Do not be trapped with the U.S. setup game. In the U.S., if you're a student, you go to the U.S., the most difficult place to become something or get yourself the right papers is U.S. So let's say you have the option of going to U.S. or Canada. Choose Canada. Okay? Let me get this thing off. Choose Canada. Don't even question yourself. Don't debate in your head about it. If you have the option of getting a U.S. visa or Canada visa, choose Canada. The reason I'm saying that is because it's more settled environment. The U.S., if you study U.S. economy and as well as the political system and how the immigration system works, do not, if you have the option, if you have no option, of course, and it's your last resort, then go. But just keep in mind, you are buried for the next couple years without really substantial, unless you are A+ student that can be offered a job. But when you're offered a job, what is the status? What is the status after you are offered a job in the US? It is not guaranteed. But in Canada, when you're offered a job, because of the equal opportunity and as well as the way our social system works here, it is a lot easier to raise children in Canada. So all I'm saying is that you need to, now a lot of people are coming to Canada, Canada. If you have the means, if you have someone who can invite you, try to come and visit. In the summer, there are so many events you can use to visit Canada. Too much. People are asking questions, give me invitation. You don't need invitation if you have your money. If you have money, you don't need invitation. No one needs invitation to come to Canada. Tourist visa, you don't need invitation. Right now, they are giving it. Like I said, Canada needs people to come in. They understand how the economy works. They understand, they have a plan. They have a strategic plan and who they are going after. Immigrants are who built this country. You see Canada, everything you see, every beauty you see outside. If you see a park, they are all immigrants. The workers are all immigrants. So the country is known to be built at the backs of immigrants. So every year, Canada has a quota. For example, this year, it's 450,000 people every year till 2025. The visitor's visa, by the end of 2025, Canada is going to review that. Did they meet the people who came? Were they all qualified to stay? Some people are not qualified to stay. So keep in mind, some are going to go. And once they meet it, 2026, that rule is changed. And don't be, like I said, don't be stuck to, even the people you come to visit. If you, like I said, look and make sure that you know someone who knows somebody that you can go to. Because one thing for sure, Canada is built by immigrants, and therefore the immigrants decides, the community decides. They are community. So when you have a situation, the government relies on your community. What is your group? Which community are you coming from? If you don't have a community, so be it. For example, you know, there was a man whom I know for a very long time. And he separated himself from the Ghanaian community and ended up with the Jamaican community. He's a black guy. He's a Ghanaian guy. Apparently, he's been walking around for more than 20. Listen, I've known this man for at least 15 years. Or maybe 12. 15, 12, 13, around there. I known him for that long. Apparently, up to today, 2023, he never had papers. Guess what? At this critical time when the man is sick, he has all sorts of things, diabetes. That's when Canada has issued a deportation letter. Of all these years, this man has been here. But because he didn't follow the proper procedure, he's with the wrong people. He's not within his community. He thought they would help him. They did not help him. So now that they've issued a deportation, he is now pleading. He made a video pleading the Ghanaian for anyone who could help him. Guess who ran to his aid? The Ghanaian Association, the Ghanaian Canadian Association of Intelligence. So the government depends. So that was the only time this man was given a bed. Because this is asylum. This is asylum claim. This should have, his case is a strictly asylum case because he's lived here for all this long. Who is he going to go to in Ghana? Who? People wasted their whole years in Canada. And now you're going to deport them just like in the US. A lady just got deported. You know why she got deported? There's nobody. There's no community. There's no lawyers who can call the immigration on his behalf. Nobody to stop that deportation. But this guy, his video was circulating everywhere. His video was circulating everywhere. He made the video himself. Pastor Mills. He made the video himself. And I think it was his last. But before, I remember dropping him somewhere. And he doesn't even want you to know where he lives. That's the Ghanaian mentality. This man will come, will eat. Like he's an older guy. I took him as an uncle. He brought so many people we connected with. This woman who got a deal with the Canadian government to bring workers to Canada. Remember that case? That lady was in this country. I hosted him in my house. It was through Pastor Mills. But Pastor Mills was living here, organizing all conferences and other things. But he didn't have his papers. And 2023, he made a video pleading with the community to help him. So you have to know someone. Get yourself connected. When you come, don't be the African, the Ghanaian ways of doing things, or else. You know the pocket lawyers, the kitchen banku immigration officers who took one or two information from a professional. They are going to be the one to ruin your things for you. They will advise you wrongly. They will give you wrong information. Get someone who can take you to a source. Get someone who is willing to forgo their own comfort to help you. Get someone who is not going to just blah, 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 blah. And in the end, they don't have anybody to help you. Let me tell you that for sure, okay? Or else you will have these long way lawyers to help you. Let me read. Also, can I access and pay for my visa and my ticket by please? Can you assist for my accommodation? No, I can't. Gideon K. Sam. No, I can't for your accommodation. You see, we ask unrealistic questions. For where you are standing and from where I'm standing, no, I can't. Let me tell you something, okay? Ghana for we ask questions, but we don't really see the weight of that question. I don't know you. I'm not someone, if I can accommodate a stranger, someone I don't know, the way Ghanaian, I said, get someone you know, who knows someone. Let's say someone calls me on your behalf. That's a different question. Someone must call someone who knows me, who knows you. It's very good to deal with references, because Ghanaians, not everybody is up to that level of change. Some people are still the same. Some people are just opportunistic. First of all, they just want to come and use you. I hear horrible story. I have gone through it myself. For those of you who are coming because you know someone, today, Abrochi, it's not like the before Abrochi. Today, you have to go through someone. You need to go and patch by somebody. Before, you can just walk to a government. They will give you money. They will bring you to a nice, like a shelter. The shelters, like I said, are choked. So they would ask you if you know somebody. The reason they ask you if you know somebody, so you don't become like a burden on the system. So at least you have your little money. You can pay for your way. You want someone who don't know you to accommodate you. No. No. So the answer here is no. The reason is we don't appreciate free stuff. Ghana, no Ghanaian person appreciate free stuff. Even relatives, you come to your relative and you turn out to be a bad news for your relative. So imagine me, a fellow Ghanaian guy I was talking to, I was looking for accommodation for some people. So I called him. He has a basement. He also has a store basement. So I called him and said, Mavis, a friend called me and said they were coming to someone. He knows a friend who needs a place just for temporary. So can you allow him to come to your basement, your workplace? He said, okay, how long? So, 2 weeks. They will come there, bring other people without permission. See, Ghanaians, we don't respect ourselves. I'm sorry. We don't respect ourselves. West Africans, I don't know about Nigeria, no respect for our brothers. No respect. So this guy gave them doing them a favor. Ended up bringing another guy. By the time he realized, 2 people were living in the basement without telling him. But you know why he had his basement not rented? Do you know why his basement was not rented all along? My lovely sisters, thank you. The flag, Ghana flag and Canada flag. Do you know why? Because he was also expecting somebody. So when he saw how these people were, as if they are here to live, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 weeks turned to 2 months. He finally said, okay, it's time to go, guy. Do you know what they told him? Do you know what your fellow Ghana man opened his mouth to tell another fellow Ghana? No respect for ourselves. He said, this is Canada. Have you seen anybody work? Somebody told me that before. Someone told me that before. This is Canada. Do you see anybody on the street? There are so many people on the street, my brethren. But the guy is a gangster just like me. I will throw you out in one day. So the guy told him, you think you're tough. Sometimes, listen, some of us, we've been here long enough to know certain things. And this brother is the same way. He said, oh yeah, I'm giving you 24 hours. 24 hours. We will see whether we are in Canada or we are in Ghana. He didn't even see when the guys left. So this is your fellow Ghanaians to you. So if somebody is asking me a question on this thing, whether I will pay for I will accommodate. How do I know you? They later become enemies. So those of you who are coming, who knows somebody, who that person is doing you a favor, that person that did you a favor is your God. You must respect. You must put value on yourself to know that your brother is not a fool. Your sister who accommodated you, who took you in the first time, the first person, the first hand, whatever did. Some Ghanaians, because we don't respect and value ourselves, the rules that person will give you, because they have no respect or regard for you, they think of the rule as, who are you to tell me? Uyobia anka obetena oba no anka obetena hotel. But the fact of the matter is that we have this attitude, which is very, very bad. No respect. Brother James, can afford no respect. My brother be an enemy ye did birthday. The boy has such a ahumbrasie. Oba ye baby oteno, e hwa note. Oba ye baby oteno. Hold on. I want for. Hold on. Let me get rid of this message here. I'll get rid of one message. Al Hassan, don't come on my page to do your foolishness, okay? Hold on, guys. Delete. Don't come on my page to do your foolishness, because don't come on my page to do your foolishness. I don't like that. Okay? So the fact of the matter is, now, today, you guys are those who are coming. I'm hearing, oh, I got someone is coming. Somebody is coming today. Somebody is arriving today. Somebody just came today. 2 people last week. 15 people I saw. 15 people I saw. Another person just asked a question. Somebody is also coming. So the visas are being issued though. All right. But the reason why these refugees were on outside was because they don't know anybody. They didn't call anybody. Do you understand? It makes your traveling, leaving your place of your home, or some my sisters, or some Ghanaians makes it hard for people to help. I took someone off the street during deep winter time, and the trouble she gave me, long story. I agree with you. I listen, I agree with Mavis. They me no moment problem we are now. We now for ways girl because hey Mavis, you say you won't do it again, but I say you do it again. So some of us, it's within our nature. 1 second. 1 second.
Thank you. Good evening.
I'm fine.
Oh, me text you well.
Me way. Baby. So some of us, it's within our nature. They say they're in style. It's within it's within our nature. You will do it, you continue to do it. And it's okay. And today it's not like before, where our fathers didn't know anybody, but they still came, and the system was so free. It was so easy for them to get accommodation. Today is not accommodation. Like I said, don't be afraid to go to any of the provinces that are in Canada. Out of the 10 provinces, you can go to any of them. Some of them, some people, Canada has made all those facilities and provisions to deal with the cold. So it's not as if say ye kotoa twene snow mu ama we freeze you. No. The system is different everywhere. Every provinces are different. The 3 territories na wo that makes it 13 and hono the community maybe they are too small there. They don't have enough African communities at those territories, because I don't know now occupy farming area and all those things, and specific professions be nkrofo bi mo occupy ho, you may not be able to fit. So some of the provinces like Nova Scotia, within the even Ontario, even in Ontario, if you can leave Toronto. Toronto is too choked. Like I said, if I need a shelter right now, there must be some dying reasons for me to get a shelter. It's so difficult getting a shelter. The shelters are choked. Why? Because there's too many people coming into the country. Remember the Ukrainians, not all of them went into somebody's home. Those people, they evacuated to come to. And remember, say, there was 7,000 or 700,000 refugees this year. You almost free US everywhere. You almost called the hotels. They dispensed all those people into the system. They were in a hotel. I was in Chokos Place beginning of this summer. Some about how many hotels all occupied by refugees from US crossing the border to come to Canada. So not all of those people, some of them had money. So after they found where to live, the money buy houses, the money can rent apartment. Some of them are Airbnb. I have a couple of people with their children, refugees who are in Airbnb. I say, hey, how do you make money to go into Airbnb? Spanish, who doesn't understand English, one English, when they came to register their children, they are in Airbnb. They've been in Airbnb for how long? So long. I was even afraid to ask. Ugandans who were sponsored by a group, apparently 5 individuals can sponsor Uganda residents to come, and they can issue them work. I was asking if Ghana would do the same thing. I need a couple of people with me to at least sponsor. You won't get it all. So, Toronto, Hano, it's choked. But guess what? In Ontario, when you move a certain inches, when you move some miles, there are towns, there are counties you can go to do a certain work. Ottawa is one of them. You can go to Ottawa. Ottawa is all about professional jobs. But let's say you are an entrepreneur. There's a surge, there's a new breed of black community in Ottawa where my son lives on the other side. Ottawa is divided by a bridge. The bridge, just like Niagara Falls, dividing Canada and US. Ottawa and Gatineau, the French people know. So my son from Ottawa is just a bridge, but it's a different price. Gatineau is part of Quebec. Gatineau, although he lives in Gatineau, he works in Ottawa. He pays cheaper rent in Gatineau. Guess what? They built all new community and most of them were blacks. So my brothers who are in this country knew, go to Gatineau, find work if you are an entrepreneur. I had a gentleman who called me, migrated, he came from US. When he came, he did all sorts of healthcare. Either it is a PSW. PSW are the people, not even a nurse. He was one of those accounting where no change here. Today, you know what he did? He bought a house. Him and his wife turned their house into business. What kind of business? They turned it into shelter. So shelter accommodating children, adult children who are autistic, those who can take care of themselves. Do you know how much money? Each child, do you know how much money the government pays this couple? Each child. If they can accommodate 5, all you have to do, you have to get the facility to meet the city's recommendation. You have your ADA AED we no omo de resuscitate akoma no. You have your exit. The home has an exit way. Just say it needs to be a place where people are being, it's like a business establishment. Inspection, no more be inspecting, you know, or say once you get approved, now the government can call you or someone, although his place is parked, you know, almost freno. Afenso no, enye no nko. Esan say, oh yes, adwuma no. Inuane, onya for free. Way intadia onya donations ba fi ono ne yere. Eno ma fa nkrofo bi PSW for betimi afa nurse, obetimi afa whoever. They are taken care of as a way. They have me fan say Somalia for ye bebre pa not adoption. Omo ye in Canada there are people who does enkolana ye yi omo free omo foster parenting. They are Somalia for bi mo omo wofia. Say adwuma omo ye no. Foster parenting. So as a foster parent no, madam for bi a ye gi ne ba. Ye de na kwoto afuo bi mu, obroni no owo farm, chire dodo. Akola no jollof no nimu die, onimu opewache, ye de na kwoto ba bi oni kan mo aduane. Mashed potatoes, onimu di Canada ha. Akola ofiga na ba nche ya, wa ye nkola bone niama ya kano. Ena akola nko kan asem foforo wo school mu eno ano no ya be fa. Senka Ghana for system no mu as a foster parent. Enka ye de akola ne ma nipa koro no e kire na nsana ye koje akola ne de ne koma anti oben. So social workers, black social workers omo kuro mu a omo create another job among Ghana for. Guess what that job is? Kingship. Say ye jeme ba ye mfa ne nko system no mu aban na hu say it's not helping them. The child need to be within the cultural settings a norm to them. And this is the work of social workers, black social workers. This is the work of black social. So they have now opened up the iti ya de akola ne ma me madam fo a obe pene say ya de akola ne be ma no madam fo no fa ho didi ye ya we papa no auntie na ya de ne kokoma no ofa ho didi ye eni o se okok New York de akola ne ko sika paya na ba ne de aba every day bia ye wo sika ye de ma akola no sika na ensanka ye de ma afenso wahu child benefit la ye de ma akola no ye jema maame no temporary until nipa koro no wo maame no we go through the process of knowing how to take care of the kid. No much lawyer for social worker, a counseling, advocacy group. Akola ba ku mekura when I was on meeting, you know, me tie almost am say Canada pa on. Na akola we ehun say ne papa ne maame ni tumi. Obefie ba ka say wanya ne ho abotre a osambe say because we say ojimi a ye beje no. But guess what? It has created another opportunity within the community. Say ye GMA at least, you know, yam fanen kotu obroni bi anase Somalia. Nigeria ni bi obegwa aneba. Ewo school mu a meme wo ho. Me ka kire papa say my brother, we don't do that here. Ye gi akwala no ni ba bi ane no koy. Somalia ni na oni no wo school in area hona na ye de akwala temporary. So it's called foster parent. So this guy opened his home, changed it. So Canada has so much opportunity. So better yet, brabe be sanitization minister na yamani sikedi no kromwa say ono ne de bi wa che adwuma no on ko sign abue bi a na furu mu abai ti se krokro dai o hwim sikegum na ode ne fie ayeban da bi. Or say, one kasa go to the companies, negotiate with the companies, and become their super caretakers of their building. Glass and kwa. A dynasty a private companies, owners, and a omo prapremu. Do you know how much it is for those contracts? Ewa hanomo. Uba wa baby o company. Wa register. There are websites. You can advocate your company. So people, you put your company there, you pay a certain amount. It wo company down to me here molly made. Nsuo ba fia. Omo be ye fia wie na fi aba. I had to call the cleaning company no. Spanish ni woman bi na be cleaning me window na no o be cleaning ni nyina. Guess what? Abaywa kitikiti bi na ebie company no. Abaywa kitikiti bi. Guess where the Abaywa no works? Works with TDSB as a super, as a caretaker. Omo aye prepare school dan mu no. Omo take care of a dan no. School dan bia woni ra. School dan bia wo kromu a ewo caretaking. Inti caretaker ne de me say da school so be privatize this cleaning job. Mama kan se mi tro. Me say me so me fumbi. Me kwa kope contract ni because they will pay you over $100 per hour. Now we know what charge you no ama nkrofo. They pay over $100 per hour. It's one what check ama nkrofo na nkrofo akoye. Go to Alberta, go to Nova Scotia Halifax no money nyama no. Ehon no mo ye fekeke outdoor. Ehon no Toronto mpo me say ye wo green. Toronto is not too covered because of tech away factories and it's almost see factories no okrum almost see factory ube bie wani na structure bi aye si ho gbangban iti adwuma gu wo de won so won mue wadwuma be petrol bi wo ye be ma bra be petrol bi kan so so don't be afraid uba as a visitor no obetimi a change o visa no into work permit. Find someone to offer you adwuma. Someone with LMIA. Sauti asie. Labor away no market board knows they are the ones they are labor way LMIA are companies with specific mandate and specific ability to hire international people. LMIA means nipa we or LMIA or betimi a offer wo a unti kuro no unye kuro ne ba adwuma. That means say aban amano kwan bi omu company ni so no mu wo sika dodo wo company ni no betimi na oma fa nkrofa no mu nya position na ekura no omu advertise omu nya Canadians cover sa adwuma no eno ne ye friend no LMIA no. So LMIA is a company, big companies. It can be small company, it can be whatever. They will offer you a job. Omu offer you a job na constructions, truck driving. They have it. When it comes to IT job, plenty of them. But mono qualification is low. Ghana qualification, if you have your masters, fine. So say no, with the even express entry, no. Apparently, as I was reading and getting information on it, the education level now, the ba apply no, low. And yen professional all Ghanaian be a wie university be a political engineer political science bank some use how can a banker okay they are specific special qualification. Are you an investor? You were omo ye financial omo motive sa financial sector obia ne certificate kurano. Some people are expert in exchanging money. Bonds, those are the money makers. Omo no mu omuti omo hu woja. Omo ne the company ni hia omo banks ni hia omo insurance company hia hwan hia to manage to make sure say baby esika will be akwaje abromo. So those people, there's a LMIA being offered. They will offer you job if you have any experience or specific qualification. You have the access, you've worked the job before, and you are here as a visitor. Oh, waiting, and you they wait for. You are a teacher. What are you waiting for? You are a way hello says mommy ye bua papa bi oba papa bi akos what come on good for you. So what I said, so it is easier to change your qualification. If you're a nurse, Go to Nova Scotia. If you're visiting, look into the educational way, get yourself a small way classes. The classes that will earn you the English proficiency, the English, because you are an international country. Although you are in the country, you are not a Canadian. You are still an international person. You are a visitor. So you can get a class. Sign up. Because you cannot just be, if you have not applied for the school, you still need the language proficiency, But let's say you are in a country and you want to go to school. You go get a cheap school, Don't go and university. It's a high cost. It's a high cost. There are some degree courses at the college level. There are some schools you can get yourself the English proficiency in order for you to get into the mainstream college. Don't go to those private colleges, because the private colleges, community colleges, is the best. Only community colleges, because community colleges are the only places you can, when you finish, you can switch your status to permanent residence. Only community. You can't come to Joe Blow. I open up Nigerian schools, Indian schools. Those schools, they use them because they use them to come into the country. The Indians, let me tell you, even me, I had to learn about it. I work with the educational board. And there are people that comes in with school offer. They come with their families because their husbands does business. So they are in the country. They want the kids to go to school. In order for you to go to school for free, you must be a student. You, the parent, must be a student. And it must be a community college. I didn't know this. It must be community college. So let's say, so what they have been using are the Indian schools that is open at the second floor at some plaza, calling them High G College, Tamfala College, Tumfaga College, Humazaya College. They use that to come in. But guess what? After we've been told there has to be a Canadian community college, because Canada is all about money. They understand money business. If you're coming into the community college, you are coming to pay money to the province. And one thing I also found out, let's say your college was in Halifax. You are coming from Ghana. Your college was in Halifax. You are coming with your children. You cannot bring your children to Ontario, Toronto, to say, oh, I have admission at, no. You have to go to Halifax. So the best thing is to switch and change the school, find a school in Ontario if you want to stay in Ontario. But like I said, as a new immigrant, I am advising you, don't just unless you have an immediate family who can accommodate you. But because of our character, switch your character. Time has changed. As a Ghanaian, as an African, change your character, change your behavior. A new style is in. Do you understand? Change. Right now, we are all trying to group ourselves to be stronger. Change your behavior, change your character for you to be successful. My brother, my sister, the first person who accommodates you, please remain. My brother who just had a birthday, from the day he arrived, the same place, he's so humbled himself. He's now a permanent resident, but has humbled him. He still remains at the same place. Hey, some people will be rich. Some people, their spirit is rich. Some people's spirit is rich. No more 419, no more 439, no more. Come you, genuine. Because Canada has devised a machinery to detect people who are fake. Nobody will like you. You will end up being Bukum Banku boxer. Ghetto boy. Always talking, nothing to offer. That's what you're going to become. So this brother still remains where he is. Today was his birthday. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. He's so humble. On my birthday, he also took me to go and chop small. God will continue to bless these people. May you do me one little favor. Child, the way God now go bless you. So that young man remained with his cousin, same place. They are not the same father, the same, but the way he's, and many people came to the same house and has left. So what I'm trying to say is that when we come, today is not before. Our parents, the old people that came in the 70s, 60s, 80s, 90s. In the 90s, in the 2000s, Ghanaians started getting separated because of housing problem. They started they started separating themselves, marriages. The Canadian government became worried, contacted the leaders within the system. What is going on? And they had to tell them it's because of housing crisis. So everything I'm trying to tell you is that people has accommodation, but they are afraid. Today, my brother Nana Kwabena has a big house. But can you tell me if Nana Kwabena is the person who accommodates you from today? That person should be your God. I'm telling you the fact. That way, the next person will also come. So, if we refer you to someone in Halifax or Quebec, anywhere, don't go and switch the person's citizenship to become your refugee. Some people want to behave as if they know. Well, you know, one thing I realize about Ghanaians is that we have no respect. And I've been talking about respect. We don't respect. It's too evident. We think our brothers are stupid. You are nice a little bit to a Ghanaian. Oh, about we not pay you. What Jimmy? Jimmy is no. Let's stop it. When you are nice to some people, the way Ghana, because we are not used to being nice. People are mean to other people. We don't hug people. We are not friendly. So when you are nice a little bit, then they want to kiss you. They want to lick your lips. They want to be in your neck. Listen, calm down, okay? You are not going anywhere. You are not going nowhere. You and I, black people, trying to struggle in this land. You don't have nothing. I don't have nothing. You are nothing. I'm nothing. We are only trying to be somebody. So calm down. Do you understand? We've suffered too much. Enough is enough. So right now, it's a time to discover Canada. Just to discover. So don't be afraid. Yes, so I don't know why. Yes, you are afraid because of what you've had. And we've had too much experience. So don't be afraid. Like I said, even in Ontario, you can go to Ottawa. Ottawa has many small towns, and like I said, try to do something for yourself. Apply today to be. Can I apply today? Because 2026 the visa is visitors visa no. Babe revamp it to be something else. It's mamu veniagro apply in there. Say ne uwo kwan say we apply uwo adwuma wo bank account brabehwe Canada. Summertime, if you have a job, you have your bank account to show for. Everybody is coming. Everybody I go to, and now is it because now everybody, oh, my brother has gotten a visa. My sister has gotten a visa. This person is here. That person is there. This one is coming. If I call a sister right now, to ask whether she was able to go to the airport to pick up this person, you will hear she will say yes. If I call a sister right now. So Canada, if they tell you it's difficult, tell them, me too. I'm a human being. I want to come to the difficult place. Tell them you also want to experience the difficult situation in Canada. You saw me interviewing some of our old citizens. The way they look fresh. The way they look fresh. 70, 80 years old. 80. Some of them, I have more videos. Even yesterday, Saturday, I interviewed more. Hello? Hello? Now, my guys are quiet pot. Oh, yeah, then? Bag back one on to our bedufie. Oh, one man for taxi. Yeah, okay. Okay. Now me say yo. Okay. Eh, bag say yira pa na no papa bi nso ka chem say ne bag say ayira. Ne bag ayira okodu. Okay, yo. And you na me check ya keke why. Inti e china ye be kasa. Oh, nso sa. Nyame nhira o me nua ba nyame nhira o. Why? Why ade pa ka kire me ye brother ne se be ma ba ko pa da yentem. Nyame nhira no ne na ho brase. Why? Thank you. Ye be kasa. Bye. Someone on them bag back. So these are some of the things they be do. But this time, no, it's like it's now close home. That's why I'm saying say apply it today. I am 70 years old in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, handsome. Andrew Coley was he's 70 years old. They look so good. When I'm interviewing this young man, I'll call him a young man. He said he's been here since 1974. And at that time, Ghana money was equal to the pound sterling and it was higher than US dollars. And I'm saying, chai, Ghana, there's something. So my brothers and sisters, don't be afraid to go to, when you go to Ottawa right now, they are building. Montreal, who never used to have a tall building, they are building tall buildings. Go to Ottawa. Don't be afraid to cross over to the other side. Get to know people. Get to know your Ghanaian community. Who is there? What are they doing? What can you do? And go there. It is cheaper to live there. Like I told you, the area. I have a video. I said I was campaigning for Kumasi. It was in Gatineau. New buildings, new, retro, beautiful, new setup. Stores are all over. You remember the spa I was at? It was in Gatineau. It was in my son's neighborhood. I walked to that place. They have given them some beautiful new immigrants from African places, all black. I was standing on top of my son's back, and I'm overlooking some people's backyard. Beautiful townhomes, beautiful. It's in Gatineau. Don't be afraid to go there. Ottawa has the same thing. Edmonton or Oshawa, London, Ontario. You can go there, but you need to know what you want to do. If you're a truck driver, I was in London, Ontario last month. I couldn't believe the development. ASO, go to Vaughan Mills. The condo they've built, the new subway, the neighborhood. Hey, and these people are where you go to Vaughan, just Vaughan. Now you can buy a house in Toronto. So go to London. London is now becoming, they have a way of separating, making them feel like they are in their own little town or some, I want to show them. They are in their own little town. And this is exactly where my son also lives, that area. It is a beautiful, beautiful community where you can raise your own little family. He has one son, another one is coming. It's like a beautiful town home where they live. Beautiful. Listen, you can walk the parks. You can, on Saturday, the neighbors comes together. They have a Saturday market or something. People, the farmers bring their farm, and it's right there. Right there. The condos are beautiful. You understand? So that's the case here. So go to Ottawa. Go there. Toronto is choked. But if you have somebody, my brother who is on his way, close to the airport, who's in a taxi right now, where he's going to, he knows someone who knows somebody, who contacted somebody. We are looking for a place for him. But of course, eventually, he's going to have to find a way. But that place is going. That is his, or else he was going to be part of those people on the street of Toronto who are in a church right now. They are sleeping in a church. The refugees are now sleeping in a church. They are from Africa. They are blacks. So black people are suffering everywhere. Black people are suffering everywhere. It's a time we build ourselves and create that network. Oh, I'm going to the UK. Who are the people I should connect myself with? But we are so divided, chopped up. We are so quick, miserable. But yet we are the most vulnerable people in the system. Vulnerable. You know, there are so many people giving this information on YouTube. A Ghanaian will go and give information, and another fellow Ghanaian will come and insult that person. Out of hate. Out of hate. But imagine if we had this strong African community. Do you think those people would have ended up on the street? When I checked one of the names, who went there with his organization, it was a Jamaican. It's only Jamaican. It was a Jamaican teacher, Ainsworth. Ainsworth was his wife. His children were, that's why I recognize the name. He has an organization. He now works with, he's not a teacher anymore, but he works in the equity department with the Toronto District School Board. He was one of the people that went to the aid of those Africans. He was a teacher. He was working, and then he was one of the principals somewhere. But he now moved up and worked in the equity department with the TDSB. That was one of the names I recognize as the people who went in with his organization. There was another guy called Devon Jones. Devon Jones also has an organization. These people jumped on a board. If I go refugee in Toronto, refugees on the street, asylum seekers, refugee relocated from downtown to a church. They were relocated from a downtown to a church, and I'll show you the gentleman I was talking about. If I can get the same story again, I'll show you who I was talking about. This guy is part of the people who relocated them. I'll show you. Ainsworth was one of them. They were in downtown. Or no, they were on the street. They were on the street. So within the Africans, Ghanaians, especially broken community. Broken. We have no ties. So this gentleman, look.
Asylum seekers boarded buses and are now being housed in 2 North York churches.
This is a temporary solution to a much bigger problem. And so we're hoping that Powers that be will step up and do what's supposed to be done.
But others remain outside the city's Peter Street Intake Center. On Tuesday, the federal government announced more funding to help cities house refugees, about $97 million of which will go to Toronto. But Minister of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship, Sean Fraser, again pointed to money Ottawa has
Did you see
already
the
sent
lady who
cities.
spoke?
Ontario's premier put the bulk.
Did you see the lady who spoke, right? Who do you think that is? Again, she's a Jamaican Olivia Childhood organization, a leader with one of the organizations who are housing those refugees. Some of them still remains on the street, and nobody, among for mempesa meka asembi wa ha, but nobody wants to. Ghana ni buawa. When Ghanaians are helping, they are afraid themselves to help. They are afraid. This guy, Ainsworth, look. See, that's him. One of the people, Morgan Ainsworth, or say leaders and volunteers from Black-led organization decided to act at the time when advocates say governments were pointing fingers of each other, saying another was responsible for handling the crisis, all while refugees claimants were sleeping on a sidewalk. These are the people, you see, these are the meetings I've been. This guy, I used to go to a lot of AHEN. AHEN is a black organization put together educational people like a black educational workers or community people, principals, black principals who has retired are part of it. This guy named Ainsworth. See the name? See, I mentioned the name before I found. His children used to come to the same Afrocentric, the black schools now. The black school that was first black school that's why I know him. He works with the Toronto District School Board. His organization was one of the people who also backlashed the government, you know. You see, if this was in Ghana, the people will be divided. And why? Because a black man has always needed something. Ghanaians has always needed something. Somebody has insulted their mother where their mother was not defended. So when the other neighbor's mom is being insulted now the one whose mother was insulted don't feel sad or sorry, but is happy that today is your turn. That's African way of dealing with it. If this was in Ghana, these people would be divided. These people will be divided. One of them will say, this is not government, this is not government. But look at refugee. Somebody, he is blaming the government for not dealing with the crisis. The government are pointing fingers, so they are annoyed. I told you. I told you, right? You see, one of the ladies, okay, that Sunday was Monday, the asylum seekers moved indoor, and then LGBT spread. She immediately offered up her space. 100 strong booked the buses and started transporting these refugee claimants. Initially we had 50, then it went to 100, and now we are 200. He said, this guy, Ghanaian, Jamaican Canadian Association, they are all one underneath it when it comes to Ghanaian. So the Ghanaians, you are here, we need to stop that bickering. Somebody is happy because, oh, when this person was insulting this person, you guys did not say anything. Now he's insulted, so black men bickering. So my brothers, change the language today, okay? We've suffered enough. Black person is suffering every day, everywhere. Even in our own country, we are suffering. We need to change it and create your own ally, create your own network, create your own strong organizations that are a speared heading, something that will add a value to your brother's life, and also an organization tailored to support ourselves and to make ourselves wealthy and focus, or again focus, okay? Put value on the thing, not money, okay? So when you come in, Alberta is there. There's a farming opportunities in Alberta, Calgary. It's a mining thing. In fact, a brother who is there is sending me a link. When everything works out, I will let you know. And then Quebec, that's where I am coming from, Quebec. La langue française, c'est pas difficile à apprendre. Hein? Tu peux prendre la langue de français. Et il faut pas mettre l'argent avant tout que tu as besoin. L'argent, tu vas gagner l'argent si tu as de santé. Hein? OK? Et il faut être d'accord de étudier une nouvelle langue ou nouveau quelque chose comme ça qui va t'aider à la future. Est-ce que tu me comprenez? Maka French na chremo. Amanfo. Inti weya na me woka. Se mu wo let me see. Osemana, please, can you share the link with us? If you oh yeah, listen, I like to share everything. Ni amenye bia mpese me share. In fact, enra ma fama dwena nko ho. Oso de enra na me ne kasa na esanka we. That area no, my sister been so frame or te hobby. Or say there's a site or mukwa neba boy Frank. The Frank no bana Frank wo oswa. Me na me omonete. Me so many nkofat na me dware Frank and Frank wo 30 something wa how many years. So I say so Frank or say me catch us a Canada phone call and omo mpesa edwuma no. Okwa ho konya 40,000 no. For a couple months, peno, konya $40,000. Yes, so they are better now. Any business, then business no ya, on any year in a war. So a come from Colano, they won't do the hard jobs. That's what I say. So that's where you come in. That's where you come in. Okay. I did civil engineering. Can I get a job? Go on way Canada immigration. Let me put it here. Let me put it here because so one share you will go to the wrong site. So one share you will call wrong site. You call wrong site now. What happens is that you will get to okay, I'll post this one for you. Go there and see whether you qualify. So I'm going to put it in the comment section as a link. Okay? That's the link. That's the link. All you have to do is go through the questionnaires. It would ask you a question. For example, last time it's on my page. It's on my page. Just say there are so many applications. Your application is the first one. Your application, don't click that because you have not created an application yet. You have to create a portal. Okay? You haven't created that. The next one is visit, immigrant, work, study, citizenship, because this site is for everybody. Okay? New immigrants. You're not there yet. So just go to, you want to visit and find out the information there. What does the information say? Stay in Canada as a visitor. Okay? And then go through the pages. A bachelor, a niyama, whether an express entry is a whole year process. They will keep your application, your file open for 1 year. If you don't get an invitation by the government to apply for permanent, for a visa, for you to That means it's say once you get an invitation, that means you've gone through all the submitting all your marital status, what submitted or passport, what submitted or work experience, your education, what submitted all those things, and it adds up to a point. It's just like a US visa, no. Added to point now. Canada for ebe invite you say, oh, based on no point, no qualification, Canada is lacking such employers. So you are now being invited by the Canadians. Canada, a province, but it's based on provinces. That's what I say. For you are now going to be invited, but I don't know. I want to make a choice. Ghana for no, because they said we didn't get enough advocacy when it comes to employment. You know. I think so. No, our employment credibility, and I say, diligence. Because when you think Canada for new Chrome, they are reading employees' employees' ability to report if there's something wrong. What Ghana ni one politician no mumie no nyina mo ya kromfo because Ghana ni bi aniwa opese odi ni ti kwaji bribia. So the loyalty within work ethics no, it's not there. It's not there. They don't trust the way information is being exchanged. But when it comes to your money, Canada will like it. Ope usika no. Ti bre school. Brabe tuye sika kesi ema omudi ombefa. Bra na beda hotels akesi as a tourist. Na bra na be omu adwuma no, they've created the workforce for people to make money. Iti bra Niagara Falls na koto nsuo for $4. Eno de yebema waba. Come to Niagara, come and buy water. One bottle water for $4. They would allow you to come. Go and buy, go to the sites. Go and pay and explore. You count as a tourist. You count as Canada is proud of their tourism industry. So come. That one they will give it to you because you are coming to spend money. But when it comes to them offering you, they want loyal people. And Ghana, we contribute to our political downfall. The citizens are the reflection of what the political system is in Ghana. So the Canadians are in your country watching. You think they've trained the children to come discipline. They don't come to trade their country. No, they will never trade their country. They will trade the people. A Canadian will trade their boss and uphold to the law and maintain, sustain the law. They will trade it. They will not allow one apple to ruin a whole a load of bucket of apples. No. A Canadian has the patience and the skills to search through the bucket and fish out the bad apple. They are not afraid to dip their hands in the mud to bring out the bad apples. But when it comes to Ghana, also Lady May, your advice had landed me in Canada. I'm currently in Edmonton, hoping to hear from you. Meda say, Meda Crest Ofori, thank you. The first person, some people on my page, they have arrived, they are afraid. Into almost they have arrived, but they are afraid to even. If you know the genuine people who deserve to be here, it will baffle you. They are good people who are stuck. They are good people. They are good Ghanaians. Oh. But because Ghana man don't have the patience to fish inside the bucket, just to take out the bad apple. Take out the bad apple. Take it out. You have so many apples to save. You have so many apples to save. Don't be afraid. We have a brother here with Choco. A brother, a Ghanaian, speaks French. He is a traveler. I admire. The boy just shows up everywhere. He came as a student. He works the same job with Choco Melonia. He is not afraid to explore. He speaks. Il parle aussi français. Il parle la langue. Oh mon Dieu. il parle très bien français. Je ne sais pas où elle a pris son français, mais il parle très bien français. Mais il vient de Ghana. Il vient de Ghana quand même. I don't get it. Ghana for, hey, relieve yourself. Jauhu, be free. Maumunya, we fly. Go out there. You see, a beautiful girl who came as a student, who came to find his Prince Charm, she came to do computer engineering. Her parents are rich, like you will hear about the wedding in Ghana. I'm not going to say. His parents are friends with this rich guy who Akoya. One of the Ghanaian rich, Akoya building airport near why is his name going back and forth in my head? This girl I'm talking about, his parents are friends with those people. They are rich. But she came as a computer engineer student. She has her own business in Canada now. She found a Prince Charming. She works. She's getting the paper. They are going to get married. Guess what? This is what we need. She's so respectful. She's so respectful and humble. Kwame, despite their children. So guess what? She's coming back to Ghana. She's so respectful, knowing who she is and the humility. That's why I'm still here. That's why we are having the shower. That's why I'm not traveling to, you didn't see me in New York, but I was going to for the whole of this week. But her shower has come in. I can't miss it. I have a lot of things to do for that shower. So I cannot miss it because she's too respectful. She is friends to my son. At my son's wedding, you saw them. They are one of the bridesmaids and also Beware. She's coming to get married. But because of how the parents are, you will see despite also at the party. But the problem is, can Ghanaian, this girl is so free. Do you know she's so quick. Hard work. Hey, Oma Titino. Oma Titi girl no buta me say me bana wakonya no. Hey. So Jimmy kura me gwana ba. Cause this girl Ghana ni akola ya titino. Perfect. Or say, yes, I mistake myself and press on the software in our house. After 5 minutes, the police were here to find out what the problem is. But in Ghana, one day I did the same thing. Although I told them it was a mistake, they came 3 hours later just to check whether it was a true mistake. I did the same thing. My son, I remember, took my phone when he was 7, and down now, but he hanged up. I was taking a shower. I was late in the night. I hear bang, bang, bang. Someone died. So it happened to me twice. Someone dialed 911. So this country, the safety is here. Okay? We have the safety. We have the men. We have the men. I'm going to let you go. But these are some of the information I said I will share. Don't be afraid because you see people on the street. Come. Hey, even on the street is better. On the street, they have a bus shoot area. The malls are there. Sleep somewhere. There are schools, universities. You can sleep. If you don't have any place to sleep, you will find one Ghanaian to help you. May God bless you and have a lovely week. I'm surprised you guys are not sleeping by now. If you have not heard the beginning of this thing, please go and listen. It may save you. It may save you time and efforts. It's going to save you the time and effort. May God bless you. Also, please, I need to talk to you. Guy, you need to send me either an email or a voice note, because the people who needs to talk to me are many. But when I go and listen to or check my phone, hi, Almighty God protect you. Thank you so much. Hi, I am from Ghana. I'm not going to answer that. Me too. I'm from Ghana. Hi. Hello. Admin. That I know. I don't need to advertise anything.
Hello, madam. Good morning. Mr. We show videos on Facebook. I'm also seeing on Wakata. I'm a pede. Yami adoma nesi ano.
Me back. You see, if you want to come, at least you're doing something. The information is there. So guys, let me or say I'm not getting the whole point. Maybe I didn't start the following up from the start. All I was hearing was fish out the bad Ghanaians. I was more interested in how I can get to Canada. You missed the whole thing, like you said. Thank you for your time and have a lovely night. Bye-bye.